Could Donald Trump's re-election affect mortgage rates and rate cuts here in Canada? Stick around as we break down how US politics can directly impact your wallet and our economy. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Myles Nowik here from the Nowik Mortgage Team, powered by Indy Mortgage, and today we're diving into something that we don't normally dive into, and it's not necessarily just newsworthy, but it's something that could impact your monthly budget in potentially some really big ways. And that would be Trump's win in the US election. And what we want to look at is how it might mess with interest rates and inflation here in Canada. Yeah, that's right. What happens south of the border can definitely hit us right at home. So let's dive right into this and not waste any time. Okay, so here's the deal. With Trump back in office, there's a lot of talk about what's next for the US Federal Reserve. Rate cuts, inflation, stimulus, you name it. But what does that mean for us up here in Canada? Well, believe it or not, their decisions can directly influence how much we pay on our mortgages and even how expensive our groceries could get. I know it sounds crazy. Why should the US politics impact our day-to-day lives? But when it comes to interest rates, the links between our two economies are pretty tight. And that's exactly why we're going to sort of explore this today. Now, let's break this down. Economists across Canada are already speculating on ripple effects. The first big thing to consider is the potential for US inflation. If Trump's policies boost economic growth over there, and we're talking about tax cuts, increasing spending, and more jobs, that might mean higher inflation. And what does the Fed do when inflation goes up? They might pump the brakes on increasing or decreasing interest rates depending on what's going on with their economy. And here's where things get really interesting for us in Canada. A stronger US dollar might make our Canadian dollar weaker, which means imports, including goods like food and materials, could cost more. This could push up inflation here at home. And with higher inflation, the Bank of Canada might think twice about cutting rates or could even raise them to keep things in balance and keep those inflation rates at that 2% target. It's all connected like some giant economic puzzle. Now, you might be thinking, Myles, that sounds pretty doom and gloom, but there are actually some positive points too. Whether you like Trump or not, if the US economy grows, demand for Canadian exports could increase. Our oil, our lumber, our goods. This could boost our economy and help keep things stable. It's kind of a double-edged sword, and that's what makes this also complex and worth talking about. So what's the key takeaway here? The impact of Trump's win on our Canadian interest rates is far from straightforward. It's kind of like a game of economic chess. If the feds decide not to cut rates or to maybe increase them, we could see increased pressure on our side to either follow suit or deal with a lower Canadian dollar. The feds and Jerome Powell may continue cutting rates, but unfortunately, we don't know for sure. It's still up in the air, and it could cause them to hold off on any future rate cuts until everything settles down after this new change of power, should we call it. And remember, Canada has seen our dollar at 60 cents on the US dollar before, and the world didn't end. In short, there's a lot to watch, but I don't think it's something we need to hit the panic button about quite yet. To sum it all up, the US election and Trump's policies could have real tangible effects here in Canada on interest rates and inflation. It's a mix of challenges and opportunities, and as always, the best thing you can do is stay informed. It's complicated, but hopefully today helped you understand why this all matters so much and why I don't think we really need to panic at this exact moment. If you found this video helpful, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel for more videos like this. And hey, if you have any questions about how this could affect you and your mortgage or financial plans, drop them in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll catch you on the next one.